Do I look like a guy with a plan? Here's your look at the Beast Kingdom DAH-024DX, the Joker Deluxe Edition, 2021 Beast Kingdom exclusive. In the classic Dark Knight movie, Heath Ledger's amazing portrayal of the Joker character was brought to life with such ferocity, it earned him an Oscar. The now legendary interrogation scene between Batman and the Joker created such a dynamic exchange that's forever etched into the memories of the fans the world over. A simple exchange of words between the two quickly spirals into a deep and disturbing finale that sets the scene for the rest of the film and the series as a whole. The crazed, maniacal look of the Joker with the washed-out makeup and worn-in clothes was a masterful setup that is yet to be topped. Just before we get a closer look at the Clown Prince of Crime, I'd first like to thank the folks over at Beast Kingdom that kindly provided the sample of the DAH-024DX, the Joker that we can have a look at. This is also the 2021 Beast Kingdom exclusive. So it's going to come with a couple of different accessories that weren't already released with the original Joker. For a comparison of sizes, we're going to move over the Joker that we're about to have a look at. Again, I'm going to stand here. Here we go. And we can also bring in the Batman. Now, the Batman we just recently had a look at, this is the DAH-023 Batman. Not only are they compatible in sizes with one another, but they also share accessories that were packed with their own figures that you can then use with the other figure. I'll explain more of that in a second. Before doing that, though, let's have a look at a couple of things that come included with the Joker before we kind of get down to his main accessories. The figure comes included with an instruction sheet. Open it up right now. It's a double-sided sheet, though only one side of it is actually English, but it's the exact same steps on both sides. Shows you how to install the table, put the legs into the bottom of the table, the showing of the swappable head sculpts, and the fact that it also comes included with a lamp that's magnetized to the top of the table surface. Again, we'll show all of that more in a second. The figure also comes included with a display stand, which happens to be the same display stand that we got included with Batman. The only thing that's different here, though, is while the samesies be the Dark Knight trilogy on the top, the thing that's different, though, is that this one clearly does have the Joker printed around the front of it, so you know who the display stand belongs to. On to Joker's now long list of accessories he comes included with, and he actually comes with quite a lot. Now, this one being, again, the exclusive 2021 Beast Kingdom exclusive, is going to come included with the table, and it's going to come included with the chair. Some assembly was required to put the table together. All it really basically is that the legs of the table had to be snapped into the bottom. They're just plugged in place. It's a nice looking table, really. It does have a look of wear and tear to it. And it does also have a magnet. Now, the magnet is just down below here. You can then take the supplied lamp. You can see as well the interrogation light bulb underneath there. I guess it's just a regular light bulb. But still, you can take it, and there's also a corresponding magnet on the bottom of that. Simply just line it up to the top of the table. You can tip it upside down. That lamp isn't going to be going anywhere. I guess one reasons why they probably did that is the way it leans forward like this. If you were just to put it on the table like this, it would fall forward. The magnet at least ensures that the lamp isn't going to fall forward, and certainly also ensures that the lamp isn't going to slide off the table either. The figure, while still talking about the interrogation scene, also comes included with the chair. Now, being that this one doesn't have the trench coat, you can already see the outfit that he's wearing is more based sort of around the interrogation scene where he's got the jacket off. I probably will end up finding myself displaying the figure in the interrogation scene setup, him sitting in the chair in front of the table, and maybe Batman even standing behind him. But the chair, like the table, does have some nice additional wash of darker, dingier colors added to it. It does look certainly like a chair that many people have sat in. Really, really nice looking. Let's now move on to the other accessories the figure comes included with. I guess one thing we can certainly start talking about is the head sculpts. Now, mentioned already, the Batman, the one that we looked at earlier, the DAH-023, came included also with a swappable head sculpt that didn't belong to him. And that was this head sculpt right here. Now, I feel like this is a great way to sort of nudge the direction of the collectors into collecting more than just the one figure. Because really, while it didn't serve a purpose for Batman, it more than serves a perfect purpose for the Clown Prince of Crime. And I might even just find myself displaying it with this head sculpt, because I think it's definitely one of the better head sculpts to go with if you're looking to go with the interrogation scene. Again, this one doesn't come included with the DAH-024 Joker, but it does come with the 023 Batman. And it's something, again, we looked at in a previous review. Seeing really, as we were looking at accessories that came included with Batman for Joker, let's have a look at some of the accessories that come with Joker for Batman. The first one being this one right here, the EMP gun. I think it's actually called an EMP rifle, but it works the same way. This is something not that he uses in Dark Knight, but I think rather Dark Knight Rises. It's really a nice looking representation of the gun that, again, he uses. And to go along with that, he also comes included with a head sculpt, again, not suitable for him, but certainly suitable for Batman. Now, again, just to reach off to the side here, it seems to be the same molding of head sculpt that came in packed with the DAH-023. The only thing that's different, of course, is the fact that this one does have the blue eyes, and all you would then have to do is just replace the mouth plate and then put it onto this one, and then you would simply just put it over top of Batman's head sculpt, while you would replace it, one head sculpt for the other. So I like, again, that the fact that they included something like that. I'm going to put that to the side. Now let's talk about actually the rest of his accessories that are dedicated actually to the Joker. The figure comes included with a whole bunch of swappable hands. Let's have a look at those right now. The hands are pretty nicely sculpted, I have to say, to the extent that they've actually gone in there and sculpted in nails. It almost looks like he's bitten his nails. I don't know if that's intentional, but certainly if it was deliberate. Nice work on Beast Kingdom's part to actually make it look like he's been biting his nails. There's also these flecks of additional color that they've put onto the skin. It's only really on the outside and not on the inside here, but still it does add for a little bit more extra realism when it comes to his hands. Now, it comes with, again, a pair of relaxed hands like this. Kind of comes with slightly a variation to that, which is a little bit more gestured hands. And the figure also comes with a pair of flat hands, which I guess technically you could put on top of the table if Joker's leaning over to talk to bats. The figure also comes included with a pair of handcuffs. Now, these are serviceable handcuffs that you can actually put them onto his wrists. They don't open, so the only way to actually get them onto Joker's arms is to actually be able to pick the figure up, remove the arms, remove the hands first from the arms, just wiggle those right off. Do the exact same thing on the other side. And then there's enough clearance to bring those arms together like that. And then you can take the actual cuffs and fit them on. Now, you don't have a lot of space to work with. You can see how long that chain actually is. Again, it doesn't give you a lot of mileage to work with, but then once you get the hands back in place, you can actually have Joker shackled when he's sitting at least at the table. Putting then the hands on behind the scenes simply just because it's a lot easier to hold the figure in my hand instead of trying to reach around the front of the camera to do it. This is what it looks like when Joker's actually shackled up, and I'm sure there's no chance at all that he's actually going to escape. While he's imprisoned like this, let's actually get a closer look at the head sculpt that they've provided for it. Now, this is the stock head sculpt, which actually I think is pretty good. I'm going to spin this around so you can see it from front and back. I do like the layers of color that they've added to the hair, so it's not just green and it's not just brown, similar to the way he has in the movie. The makeup is smeared in such a way that you can still make out the whites, the blacks, and still the color of those red lips, but it looks like it's been smeared and starting to sweat itself off. Now, the figure does actually come with two swappable head sculpts, not counting, of course, the one that comes included with Batman. Of the two, actually, I think I like this one just a little bit more. First of all, I think the expression is a little bit nicer. This one does have the tucked back hair as opposed to having the hair down to the front. And I think it's just of the two, I think I like this head sculpt just a little bit more. To change out, though, the head sculpts, simply just hold on to the torso and just wiggle the head off the ball peg. Now, with this one thing you'll notice that's different is that you're actually sliding off and leaving behind what almost seems like a head by itself. The ball joint is part of sort of this cylinder post, and then when you're sliding it back in place, you're actually then lining up the shapes. So like this front notch is going to have to fit into that canal in the front. And just slide the new Joker head sculpt in place. Now, just in case you are curious, when you are looking at, say, this Joker, now this is the one that's going to come included with the Batman. It isn't a simple fix of just doing that. So when you are replacing out the head, you're actually going to have to, just take this off for a second here, you're going to have to remove this part here as well. You're going to really have to take the ball joint off completely and then replace it with this head sculpt instead, right? Because the ball joint is still in there. I guess you could possibly try to fish this out, but I think it would be so much easier personally just to remove the ball joint in the neck area here. If you want to replace it with the head sculpt that came included with the DAH-024, that's the Batman, by the way. Anyways, well, let's go ahead and put the other head sculpt back in place. There we go. And one last time to show you guys the difference between the two. More preference than anything else, but again, I think I like this head sculpt just a little bit more. The paint on both is so good, though. The way it looks like it's sweating the makeup off his face, you can see the way it's just been smeared now onto his face. I think I like the mouth just a little bit more on this one, too. It's got just a slight little bit of curl on the side of his cheek. But both great-looking head sculpts. I realized quickly it would be difficult to look at the rest of the figure while he was shackled, so against my better judgment, I actually have taken off the handcuffs for the time being. Let's hope he doesn't actually try to run away. With that being said, let's actually get a closer look now at Joker's outfit. His body seems to be the same that was used also for Batman. Of course, the outfit is completely different here. Now, he doesn't have the trench coat. Being that this figure is sort of more based on the interrogation scene, the trench coat has been omitted in favor still of showing a really nice vested suit with a nice patterned shirt that he wears underneath. Commending, really, Beast Kingdom. They've done a really fantastic job of replicating the outfit that he wears in the movie. And I gotta say, like, the tailoring is pretty good on this. Right around to the fact that even on the back of the vest, there's the little adjustment part that you can actually tighten up the vest if you find it's too loose. The choice of material that they use does replicate the ones that he has in the film, even like the patterned shirt that he has. Really like the look of that. In case you are curious, the vest is magnetized. You probably can already see there's a couple little discs of magnet, and they basically just attach to one another. So really, if you wanted to, you can open it up, and revealed underneath a full tucked-in shirt and a full tie. So they didn't cut corners at all. I mean, they could easily have just put the tie right here, but they did finish off the tie rather nicely. And the tie looks really good on the figure. Looking at the rest of his pants, though, or further moving down on his outfit, looking now at his pants, he's got the pinstripe pants. Now, they did decide to sculpt the shoes rather than actually giving him like a material shoe. I don't mind at all the fact, because again, like this one does still make use of articulation. You can still get toe articulation similar to Batman that we also had a look at. And they did still go the extra mile, if I can actually lift this up a little bit. They did put in his film-accurate socks, which is also a nice touch to see on their end. I'm really, really happy with the outfit on this. And to be fair, actually, as well, I was really happy also with Batman's outfits. They've really upped their game. Not that they really needed to up the game in the first place. The stuff that we looked at earlier for like the Justice League line, again, had more plastic molded bodies. They're really kind of now getting into the fabric outfits. And I gotta say, like, Joker's looking really, really good here. So talking about now his articulation, we're going to start, of course, with his head sculpt. This is the defaulted head sculpt. The one I'm probably going to settle with, if not for doing a little bit of disassembling and just removing that ball joint. So maybe I might even just end up using this head sculpt, because that's pretty good as well. But still, we'll look at the articulation on the figure. The head goes up, down, back, forth, and of course, yeah, you can rotate all the way around. Despite even the way it's shaped, the post, of course, is still going to be sitting on top of that ball joint. So you're going to get all the same stuff that ball joints would usually allow you. As for the arms, now I found the arms were a little tight on Joker. Really tight to the point where fighting it, yes, I can get them out. But I find like there's a little bit of resistance. So tread cautiously when you're going to be doing this. The arms seem to be pulling out at around 90 degrees. Of course, you can then rotate the arms all the way around, but it's going to get really tight really quick when you start wrapping this up, and then the material of the shirt is going to start winding it up. So I would really only advise going maybe, forward and back to that, not try to rotate it all the way around. The figure does have a swivel in the bicep, appears to have a double hinge on the elbow, and also has rotation in the hand all the way around. The figure also has an upper torso ball joint, quite a lot more than Batman for obvious reasons. Batman was encased inside his suit. Joker has a little bit more flexibility when it certainly comes to his articulation. Legs split out. You can go forward and back on the legs. He has a swivel on the top of the thigh. And I really, again, love this material. It's sort of like a velour material that they've used for the pants. Really top quality stuff here. Double hinge on the knee. And then, of course, when you get to the feet, they move back and forth this way, and you can also ankle pivot them this way as well. And of course, there's that toe articulation too. A really, really nice looking Joker. I feel like if this was a case where Joker came with a trench coat, I may be more inclined to display him with the trench coat. But being again that this is the Beast Kingdom 2021 exclusive that of course comes included with the interrogation chair and the interrogation table, I think I'm probably more leaning to the idea of displaying Joker sitting in the chair and maybe Batman ominously hanging behind him until Joker realizes he's standing behind him. I think that would make for a great looking display. Beast Kingdom has been knocking out of the park lately with their dynamic action hero line. We had looked at this line earlier here on this channel. If you go back and look at those, in fact, I'll even put a playlist at the end of this video if you wanted to go and check those earlier reviews. But those earlier releases of dynamic action heroes from Beast Kingdom utilized all plastic bodies. Great looking likeness. In fact, I was a big advocate of that line back then, loving what they were doing, giving us a slightly larger scale format than your traditional action figure line. I was really liking the dynamic stuff that they were doing back then. Now, looking at these figures now, I feel like they've upped their game even further, putting the characters in real fabric costumes. I feel like it rivals the stuff that we're getting with the 6-scale format companies, because one of the benefits of getting into the dynamic action heroes is they're a lot smaller and take up a lot less space on the shelf. I mean, even if you look at just this, the way I've got it displayed right now, and you probably could come up with something a little bit more interesting than what I've got here on the turntable, but just to put that in perspective, how much space that's utilizing and how much detail you're getting on both the figures. Both of the figures, like you would get with a larger sized format, come with swappable head sculpts. Joker comes included with 2. He comes also with a swappable head sculpt that you can use for the DAH-024 Batman and vice versa. A ton of accessories that are shared between the two, and superposable figures underneath those cloth costumes really make dynamic action heroes, that the stuff that Beast Kingdom is producing, something again I feel like would rival the stuff that you're getting from a 6-scale format company. Also, you can't beat the price either. Talked about at the end of when we looked at the Batman review. Batman sat, I think, on most online sites at around $110, about $109.99, about $110. I'm not sure about Joker because this one here is the 2021 Beast Kingdom exclusive. He might actually be just a little bit more, but regular Joker with the trench coat, if you're looking to get that one, I think most of the sites were advertising it as $99.99. So it's about $100. $100 for all the stuff that you're getting. Pretty good likenesses and the fact that we're in real costumes. This is definitely, I would say, a line that you really should get into if you're looking to get into that premium collecting market of figures and you just don't have the space for anything bigger. A big thank you, though, to the folks over at Beast Kingdom that provided the sample of the DAH-024DX Joker, and this was the 2021 Beast Kingdom exclusive. What do you think of this line? Let me know down below, if you please and thank you. Let me know down below in the comment section what you guys think of this figure. And if you are new to this channel, you're enjoying the content that you're seeing, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below. Turn the bell notification on so you get in those friendly reminders of when new videos are going to be popping up. And just as a friendly 411 from the person behind the camera talking to you, the person that's in front of the monitor, there is going to be more Beast Kingdom reviews coming your way in the not so distant future. So keep your peepers peeled to this channel. As always, guys, thanks for watching. See you guys next time.